This is an audio recording of Bresnahans Sister by David Duhame, narrated by the author. Bresnahan was a townie. That's when a student lives at home while attending a local boarding school. In a small prep school, in a small New England town, shortly after the assassination of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and some time before the conflict in French Indochina blossomed into the Vietnam War, a townie was just about the lowest form of life on this planet. To make matters worse, Bresnahan never spoke. You'd have thought he was some kind of mute or something. Let me explain. Every day, after school, at about 3:12 in the afternoon, Bresnahans Sister, with some of her friends from the all-girls Catholic high school, with their patent leather shoes and their plaid skirts slightly rolled up, would walk along the fence that ran beside the athletic field. She would call to her brother and wave. About a mile and $1 million up the road, there was the famous prep school called Phillips Academy of Andover. She could have saved herself a long walk home and waved to the rich boys to boot, but no. Every afternoon, there she was, at the same time, waving to her brother. So I called out to him, "Bresnahan, what's your sister's bra size?" No answer. "Hey, Bresnahan, does she have a boyfriend?" Silence. "Hey, Bresnahan, do you peek?" Deadly silence. See what I mean? In the fall of that year, Brother Vincent decided to hold a track and field test day. Everyone had to participate. Everyone was to be tested. I had helped my friend Glenn when he prepared for the decathlon, and so was familiar, at least, with some of the events. I threw the javelin. Tom Powers, Mike's brother, threw 6 inches longer than me. I threw the discus. Mike beat me by inches. I launched that shot put with everything I had, and Tom Powers threw his somewhere over the rainbow. My God! What kind of parents give birth to 2 monsters like the Power Boys? I had just finished my leg of the medicine ball relay when Brother Vincent called the final event of the day, the 440-yard dash. I could have killed him. This was my event, and I was gasping for air. My legs were weak from carrying that stupid ball around the cinder track, and I was not at all prepared. "On your mark," Brother Vincent called out. I glanced at my watch. It was 3:12 in the afternoon. "Get set!" I looked to the fence, but I couldn't see Bresnahan's sister. There were too many people lining the fence. "Go!" I was off like a flash, like a shot from a howitzer. I began to breathe off my right leg. Every other stride of my right leg, and I would either breathe in or out. In, 1, out, 2, in, 1, out, 2. That was the count. At the 100-yard marker, most of the fellows had not even crossed the starting line yet. And at the 200 marker, I was running out of oxygen. I was well ahead, but the Power Boys pulled in front of the pack, with Harrison and McDonald in pursuit. I switched to breathing with every right step. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. At the 300 mark, with 140 yards to go, I could hear Tom Powers coming on strong. This was no time for breath control. This was going to be all-out war! I gulped air as fast as I could. I picked up my knees and extended my stride in a way I'd never done before, or since. When I crossed the finish line, the man I thought was Powers but was actually Harrison, finished right behind me. Good old Harrison. He must have put in a fantastic final leg. I fell to the ground, and my chest heaved again and again and again and again and again. Brother Vincent asked if I was okay, with real concern. I said I was okay. As I turned my face to the grass and puked my guts out of the corner of my eye, I saw a pair of black patent leather shoes with the whitest pair of ankle socks I have ever seen. I looked up to see Bresnahans Sister smiling down at me. This was the only time she ever come around the fence. She tucked her plaid skirt between her knees, and she knelt over me, and she looked into my eyes for what seemed like from here to eternity, and then she said, "No wonder my brother never shuts up about you. I have won, and I have lost. Men have cheated and lied to beat me. There is a wisdom that comes with age. The 20/20 hindsight of an old man with blurred vision can still be crystal clear. I should have married Bresnahans Sister."